All right. A little bit early, 1:58. Why not start the show a bit early today? How you doing, folks? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report for a Thursday, a full Friday, March 4th. Hopefully you guys are having yourself a good start to your day. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner. If you are on a PC, if you're on a mobile device, just hit the subscribe button. You should see a subscription or a subscribe button here on your mobile device. If you hit that, you will sign up to our channel. And I'd like to thank the feedback I've been getting. HP's out there. I know he's sent me some great feedback. In fact, if you go to the YouTube channel today, you'll notice that Rusty is now on the part of the site. Oh, looks like my site just went down for a sec. Hopefully my site doesn't go down today because we need the website to get going here. But let me do a refresh, and hopefully the website will come back up in just a second. If not, we'll have to do this show without the screen share, but hopefully we will be back up in just a minute here at the website. Talk about timing, 2 o'clock and the website goes down. Not a good time to go down to start a show here today on the RAM Report. And let me just do a refresh, and hopefully, there we go. We should be back up now. Perfect. All right. So again, folks, welcome to the Raymond Report. I'm Ron Raymond, and I'm a sports handicapper since 1996. I wrote a book in 2009 called Ron Raymond's Top 50 Sports Betting Secrets, and founder of the World Series of Handicapping.com. And enough of me. Let's talk about the man of the hour, Eddie. How about Eddie? Anybody here riding Eddie these days? Eddie here at Streakcatcher.com. Let me do a screen share, because I feel the next 5 minutes should belong to Eddie here. Eddie's been on an absolute fire. And let me see, screen share right there. And if you've been following Eddie here at streetcatcher.com, Eddie won again last night. Eddie had Oregon State plus 5.5, and Eddie is the man. Eddie's the man. He's, hey, you know what? He's making a lot of people some money, and hopefully Eddie keeps it going. In fact, he wins tonight. He wins $500 courtesy of streetcatcher.com. And if you can go to 17 wins, 1,000, 21 wins, 5,000, and 25 wins in a row, then he will win $10,000. All right, folks, time to a little roll call there in the audience. Oh, gee, my site keeps going down today. Must be something up with the servers today. I don't know what's going on, but the website keeps going down today. Let's hope it doesn't go down for the show here. Now, let's see who's in the audience here. We got Chad. How you doing, Chad? Buddy Buckets came through. Hello, Ron and Rusty. Yeah, if you notice, I put a picture of Rusty on the headline there today. And let me see here. Had Kings won 7. Kyle went 7-9 last night. Good afternoon, Ronald. Best damn sports show in Canada. Was a good day yesterday. Absolutely, G&G. Hope you're having a good day. And let's go, Eddie. Eddie is the man right now. And folks, if you don't know who Eddie is the streaker right now. He's Frank the Tank at streetcatcher.com. And hey, well, what was that quote in the movie? You're my boy, Blue. Well, Eddie's my boy right now. Eddie's all of our guy, right? Eddie's hey, you win people money, you become a real quick best friend from a lot of gamblers. So hopefully you guys are following Eddie, and we wish Eddie would want to jinx it too much. But it is a full Friday here today at the Rain Report, as Mark Nation just posted into the chat of the Ramblers and Gamblers. And folks, don't forget, you can tune in each and every day right here, Monday to Friday, 2 to 3 p.m. Eastern. We do the Rain Report. And on Friday, a special guest, we normally bring in Rusty at the end of the show to sign us off. And normally he'll chew the mic off here, but hopefully, he won't touch it this week. All right, let's get to the board here, and just a quick recap. Before I forget, don't forget April 1st, we'll be start doing these rain reports at 11 a.m. Baseball will be starting. I think it's good to 11 a.m. to noon to get the information out there, especially in baseball. You get a lot of matinee games, double headers, and the earlier we can get you nice information out there, then the best it is for everybody. All right, so where was I here? Saying hi to all the Ramblers and Gamblers out there. There's Plant Base. How you doing, Plant Base? Great day yesterday. I had the over in the Maple Leafs game. You know what? Had the over in the New Orleans-Chicago game. Hopefully you guys had that. And I had the Toronto Maple Leafs as my 5-star best bet. As much as it killed me to take the Leafs, everybody knows my situation. I'm an Ottawa guy, so Leaf fans will understand, right? But yeah, so hey, great night yesterday. Hopefully you guys had a good night. Hopefully you guys made some money. And let's tear it up here tonight because this is the last game in the NBA or the last day in the NBA before they go on hiatus. They take a 1 week break, and then we're going to talk. Then we're going to bore you with a lot of hockey and baseball, and then the basketball will be coming back shortly. But looking at the SBI, let's take a look at the SBI here. It looks like our website's playing some funny games here today. But real quickly on the SBI, yesterday 8-2 to the overs, 8-2 to the overs, 6-4 for the favorites. But for the first time in a long time, the favorites won straight up, but they didn't cover. It was almost the opposite, 3-6 to the point spread. So a lot of close games yesterday. And the NHL, I believe it was a good night for favorites. In fact, let me see here for the NHL last night. Man, I'm telling something wrong with the internet today or my website. The site keeps going down on me. Hopefully it's not I'm being attacked here. Hopefully it's not a DDoS attack. But hey, let's see if we can get this website going here today. We'll go to the NBA and let's see if we can get you some winners here today on the Raymond Report. All right, just waiting for the connection to establish here. Again, just don't know what's going on here today. The internet is all wanky on us. But until we get that up, let's talk about game number one between the Toronto Raptors taking on the Boston Celtics. Now, the Raptors coming off a tough loss last night to Detroit. They go into this game as a 7.5 point road underdog, over-under set at 219. The forecast, the computer pick, gonna lean with the Boston Celtics. 122.9 to 108.12. The over-under at 231.02. Now, if you've heard me say this many, many times, Boston has the Toronto Raptors numbers. Raptors right now losing a lot of guys in the process with the COVID-19 situation. And tonight's lineup looks like Anunoby's still out, Siakam out, Van Fleet. This is going to be tough riding for the Raptors tonight. And let's see what's going to happen. Now, Boston coming off a victory, a big win in their last game against the Clippers, 117 to 112. And let's take a look at the numbers here tonight between the Raptors and the Boston Celtics. Now, Boston 18-17 on the season, 17-18 against the point spread, but 11-5 against the numbers. So the Boston Celtics 11-5 against the numbers. Again, we talked, plant-based could probably, or plays and parlays can probably tell you this, but Boston very inconsistent. The record just says it right there, 18-17. It's going to be interesting to see if the Celtics make any moves prior to the trade deadline to see if they're going to try to shore up their roster. But the last time these two teams met was a couple weeks ago. It was on February 11th, a 120-106 win for the Celtics. In fact, the Celtics have now won the last three meetings between the Celtics and the Raptors. I'm not going to get off this. I'm going to lean with the Boston Celtics here tonight. I know it's a lot of points. I don't like taking that many points with Boston, but Toronto's like, they're fielding their G team right now. It's not a good situation here for Toronto. I think they just want to get into the All-Star break, come back after the All-Star break. Hopefully they have everybody back. They need Freddie back. And I think the Celtics here in maybe a 10-point win. I like the Celtics. And what's the total here? The total's at 220. I don't know if I just don't know if Boston can. Let me see. What's the average here for Boston as a home favorite? Averaging 115, giving up 107. So that's 222. And for the Raptors, 4-6 straight up, 111, 112. Now I'm gonna stick to the. I'm just gonna stick to the Boston Celtics minus the points. What do you guys think? Hate the Celtics, but I gotta take the PS. That's funny. All right, I saw some questions there. I'm not trying to ignore everybody. Let me see here. Clear the track. Here comes Eddie. Yeah, Eddie's coming. Watch out. Steady Eddie. Hey, Steady Eddie. I love that. That's a great nickname for Eddie. I was calling him Fast Eddie, but I like Steady Eddie better, right? Chicago Blackhawks, today is a premium. Bulls need to tighten up near the end of games. Yeah, Bulls and who else? Sacramento. Sacramento's another team. Just the last 4 minutes. What's up, Ronald? What's with all the D's there at the end there, plays and parlays? Where's Ross Benjamin? Thomas says. Yeah, Ross, you know what? I've been chatting with Ross, and I'll be calling Ross in a couple of days to see start baseball season. Maybe we invite Ross here on Friday afternoons to talk about, or Friday mornings, talk about the baseball. So I think what I'm going to do, starting baseball season, invite one handicapper a week on a Friday. Super Fridays or Freaky Fridays, as I call them, until we get to football Fridays. I think I might invite one of my handicapping buddies every Friday afternoon or morning when we start in April. And this way adds more life to the show, another voice to be heard, and more experience to help you guys win on a daily basis. And Ross Benjamin is a great handicapper. In fact, he's also selling his picks at ATS Stats, and he's got his own website, rbwins.com. And if you guys know Ross Benjamin, all he does is win ball games and picks. So Ross Benjamin, if you ever want to check him out, he's at rbwins.com, or you can visit him here on our website at atsstats.com. All right, Leafs are cash cow this year. Yeah, Leafs are, their money. Expect overs to continue here. Boston to win and cover. Celtics is the play. Over the Celtics, says Josh. Let me see here. Yeah, I'm not laying 380 to win $100. No, I wouldn't do that either. Plays and parlays. There's Cheeks. He took the Celtics. He's staying safe. Kyle, hate the Celtics, but I got to take him. We said that. And let me see here. All right, Ross is a great handicapper. Yes, he is. Ross is very good. All right, so I'm going to go with the Boston Celtics, and looking at the Celtics' last 10 head meetings with the Raptors, 7-3 straight up, 7-2-1 against the number, and they're on 1 day's rest. And as you can see right here, home teams on 1 day's rest, and they're a 6.5, 9-point home favorite, 28-16 on the season. So straight up, even though 7.5 points is not, let me see, that's straight up against the point spread. It is 22-22, so pretty balanced right there. Now let me see here. What do we got? Raptors, back-to-back games for the Raptors here tonight, and they're 2-4 on the road in back-to-back games. Celtics, really good at home, 11-5 against the point spread. We talked about that. They're 7-3 on 1 day's rest. And so you know what? Let's eat, as Chad said. Fork or spoon, we're going to eat tonight, and the Boston Celtics is the play. All right, let's go to the next game on deck, and hopefully the website is working here. All right, so far so good, and it's not 2:15 yet, so I don't have to refresh the browser. Now, the LA Clippers taking on the Washington Wizards. Now, looking at the lineup here tonight for the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard, the Claw, is game time decision, back spasm. So be careful if you want to wait. Just wait a bit for this line to see if Kawhi is going to play, if that's an issue for you. But Washington, you know what? What can you say about the Wizards? They're playing their best basketball of the season here in the last 10. Any Wizards fans out there? Anybody supporting the Wizards? Anybody from Washington? What are you hearing? What do you know? And what do you say? And looking at the line on this game, Clippers -5.5. The over/under at 236. ATS forecast, the computer pick, gonna lean with the Clippers here, 119 to 112. The over/under at 231.8. Now, didn't they play back a few weeks ago in the Staples Center? In fact, it was a 135-116 win on February 23rd. That's right. They, I think the Wizards, they beat the Lakers. I don't think they beat the Clippers, as you can see, 135 to 116. In fact, look at that. 2 scores of 135 and 150. Wow. Do you guys see this? Do you guys see what I'm seeing here? The Clippers, when they played the Wizards, they averaged close to 140 points for 150 to 125, 275 points. That's like an all-star game right there. That's like an all-star score right there. And the Clippers on the road, very consistent, 12-7 straight up, 11-8 to the point spread. And for the Washington Wizards at home, 6-10 against the number. And when they play the Clippers got their number, 3-7, 2-8 against the number, 8-2 to the over. I'm going to be leaning with the LA Clippers here tonight. I can't ignore that high average. And again, I say it all the time. Styles make fights, and for some reason, Washington, when they play against the Clippers, their style of play just doesn't suit them, right? And the Clippers play good defense. And let me see here. Any other numbers? So since 96, when the Washington Wizards are at home, coming off a 14-point loss, 2-10 against the number. I know it's only a team trend, but this year, any team that scored 111 points for in the last game are 6-13 against the number. These are just trends that I'm just showing you guys. Really nothing to back it up, except for the facts. And let me check here. I forgot to check. Let me go to We've already went to streakcatcher.com. Let me take this website here. And sometimes what I like to do is I like to go to the free report because we got some really good stats sometimes on the website, and I'll check that in just a second while I load up the page. Let me check some of the comments here. Awesome. Let's eat. The Knicks versus Pistons. I say under. Raptors have too many issues going on. Missing players. Yep. Lean on the Wizards. Chad says LA to cover and win, or to cover A. I will tell the crew on the Celtics. Can't trust Clippers taking whiz. Can't trust the Clippers. Why can't you trust the Clippers? Sorry, I'm late for class. Probably, yeah. John, yeah. Don't forget, this is Professor Ron here at the Raymond Report University, and John is reporting for duty today in class. That's awesome. I like that. All right, here we go. I'm going to bring up some of the free stats here. Now, guys, if you go to ATS Stats, go to free reports, and man, for some reason, the internet is really slow here today on the website. Must be doing some server stuff there at headquarters. But let's go. We'll just wait for this to tune right up, and we'll go back to this game. But yeah, I'm all over the Clippers. Clippers probably be one of my top plays today, and I want to see what the status is on Kawhi. All right, the next game on deck is the Detroit Pistons taking on the New York Knicks. They'll break out the champagne. The New York Knicks are having a good season, really having a good year. In fact, looking at their point spread record, 20-16 against the number. They're a 7-point favorite here tonight. The over-under at 209. And actually, the number's gone down now. This number opened up at 209. It's now 207.5. And just going to do a quick share here. Guys, if you have a minute, if you can just share the link on your Twitter feed, the more people we have, the better. And if you can just share this, if you look below the video here, you're going to see a share button. If you can just share it on your Twitter feed, it'd be very much appreciated. And as I say, the more the merrier. The more ramblers and gamblers we have there in the audience, the better it is for everybody, because the more sharing of information we can do, right? All right, so back to this one between the Pistons and the Knicks. Now, the 7-point favorite for New York tonight. Now, the Pistons coming off a big win over the Raptors, but we all know what the Raptors situation was last night. They were playing a G team, and let me do a refresh here. Looks like the cron is acting up here again on the website. 215, got to, 215 is right. Got to refresh the crons here. You see 000. So we're just going to refresh that. But yeah, having internet issues today. I don't know what's going on. I'll have to talk to the programmer today and see if there was any issues with the internet. But back to this, we got the Pistons 4-6 in their last 10, 5-4-1 against the number, 3-7 to the under. And for the New York Knickerbockers, they are 7-3 straight up and against the number, 4-5-1 to the under. And looking at the chances of winning, 51% chance of winning today straight up for the Knicks. And the chance of covering, however, does favor the Pistons at 59%. And the chance of this game going over the total tonight is at 59%. And let me do a refresh and go back to premium. And let's see if we can get this page up here. In the meantime, I'm just going to see what, Ronald, were you at the Canadian Army? I was in for 10 years. What rank were you? Yeah, I was a leading seaman. I was in the forces for communications for 6 years. I was a leading seaman. So that was my rank. Hey, I worked for a living. I didn't have stripes. Pistons +7. New York to win and cover, says Chad. And shared right on appreciated plays and parlays. So many players missing. All right. Yeah, we got that. But let me see here. Do a refresh. Waiting for the stats to... All right. So Detroit on the road against a B-type team like New York are 2-5 straight up, 3-4 against the number, 3-4-0 to the over-under. And for New York, when they're at home against a team below 500, 6-3 straight up, 6-3 against the number, 3-5-1 to the under. Now for the Pistons in the last, actually for the New York Knicks in their last 10 games against the Pistons, they're 3-7 straight up, 5-5 against the number. So for some reason, Detroit tends to play well against the New York Knicks. So that'll be an interesting matchup here tonight. And back-to-back game situation for Detroit. I think I might lean towards the over. I might have a lean towards the over. I know my number is at 210, my total here. But what's the number at 207? The number's going down right? The looks like money's coming down, but yeah, I think I would lean towards the over here tonight if you were to play this game because Detroit. Let's take a look at their last couple of games here. 129. Here's a double digit. So these two teams met. Oh, there we go. Man, I tell you, this. Let me see. These two teams met a couple of weeks ago or a couple of days ago, and it was a 90. What did I see there? 90 points for Detroit in that game, and it was 107. I was just going to refresh it right here. How y'all feel about the Knicks to cover first half? All right, here we go. So they played a few days ago. It was a 109-90 win. So as you can see, there was 199 points played in that game. But in the last previous meetings, oh, wow, look at this. These teams tend to play a lot of low-scoring games. December 28, 109-90, 96-84, 95-92. So if you're a law of average guy, you know this won't continue forever. So maybe the over is where I'm leaning here tonight. I don't really like this game, but if I did play it, I'd probably play I had a lean on the Knicks, and I had to lean to the over. Yeah, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. All right, what gonna be a scoring factory? Oh, that's funny. All right, let's take a look at the next game. Milwaukee against Memphis, and the Bucks a 6.5 point favorite. Let me take a look at the latest number on this game to see what the latest number is. SBR. I'm seeing -6.5 and 233 right now. That was this morning, and as of right now, it looks like we're at Milwaukee -6, 5.5 in some places, and 234.5. So Computer Pick has Milwaukee winning 119-115. The over/under landing on 234. And looking at Milwaukee, an A bullish type team in the Rain Report up against Memphis, a B neutral type team. And just waiting. Man, this is starting to piss me off here today. The internet is, for some reason, our server just keeps going down. Revenge spot for the Bucks here. Leaning to under, says Isaiah. I really like the under in this game, says Jordan. And you know what? I tell you what I'd lean to if my stats would ever show up here. But let me give the programmer a quick shout out here to see if he's online. All right, so still waiting for these. There we go. So 119-115. The Bucks are 5-5 in their last 10 games, 4-6 against the number, and for the over/under 5-5 for Memphis. Now Memphis coming off a 125-111 win against the Wizards in the last game, where Milwaukee, nobody saw this coming. I didn't think a 128-97 loss to the Denver Nuggets. They lost by 31 points to the Denver Nuggets. Nobody saw that coming. I guarantee you that. And for the Memphis Grizzlies, 6-4 straight up in their last 10 games and against the number, 4-6 to the under. The value edge number here. Now, sometimes I get questions asking me, what's the VI? VI stands for value index or Vegas index. And what I like to do is I make my own numbers and I compare my number to the bookmaker's number to see what he has in store for us today. And then what I do is if I see there's value, then I will shop around and try to find the best number according to what I have. And great value today on the Memphis Grizzlies. I had them at -1.43. You're getting +6.5. And look at this. I had -627. And that's exactly where the market has it at 6.5. So if you do like Milwaukee, you're getting great value. You're probably going to get a pissed off Bucks team here tonight off that 31-point loss. Somebody mentioned a revenge spot here. These two teams played a couple weeks ago again. Or no, they played last year. It was August 13th that's a long revenge game to keep in mind. 119-106 was the Grizzlies win. But you know what? I do like Milwaukee here tonight to rebound after a tough loss, even though they don't play well in Memphis, only 3-7 straight up, 5-5 against the number. And but the Milwaukee Bucks, Jekyll and Hyde team, right? They're 14-5 straight up at home, but only 7-9 on the road. This Milwaukee Bucks team is not the same Milwaukee Bucks team as last year, and almost the same situation for Memphis. Memphis tends to play better on the road. They're only 7-10 at home, 8-9-0 against the number. And let me see if I got any stats here supporting Milwaukee. Nothing really in the stats wise, but from a situational handicapping, I do like the fact that we're getting a team off a bad loss, and they're an A-type team in a good, right before the All-Star break. I do like Milwaukee. I don't 6.5 seems like a lot of points, but I'm going to lean with the Bucks in this one. I'm going to lean with Milwaukee. What do you guys think? Let me see here. Isaiah, Bucks on the road different. Grizz +6. I have 234. G&G says. And let me see here. Right before the break, I don't think they care enough to cover. No, you know what? Let me check the lineup here tonight for the Milwaukee Bucks. Holiday, DiVincenzo, Middleton, Antetokounmpo, Lopez, and everybody seems in the lineup for Memphis. But you see, Memphis on the road. Overall this year, they're one game above 500, 16-15. So give me Milwaukee tonight, and I'm going to take the Bucks. All right, let's go to the next game here on deck. I'm going to take the Denver Nuggets up against the Indiana Pacers. Now the Pacers, I'm going to look at the lineup here to see if there's any injuries here to report. Sabonis is a game time decision. Denver, looks like everybody's a go, nothing out of the ordinary. The Joker should be in the lineup. Now the Joker and the Nuggets are a 5.5 point home road favorite tonight, and the over/under set at 226. ATS forecast, computer pick, gonna lean with Denver here, 112 to 108. So they got them winning by 4 points. Just and the line is 5.5. My value index here, you can see, is minus 5.15. So again, fair market value according to the Raymond Report numbers. And for the Pacers, also great value, minus 0.52. You're getting plus 5.5. So you are getting a really good value with the Pacers. Now the chance of covering does favor Indiana. Indiana seems they haven't covered in a long time. 5 ATS losses in a row. And for the Denver Nuggets, 3 straight up wins, 3 ATS wins. And looking at some of my numbers here, this is, here's the thing, right? From a percentage play, you think Indiana would be the play. And Indiana, let me see, were they on the road for a long time here? Yeah, they were. See, that's what I figured. So they were at the Celtics. They lost by 6. They were at New York. They lost by 3. They went to Philly, and they lost by 16 right there. And then they beat Cleveland Cavaliers, right? So that's a game that they should have won, and they were an underdog and a favorite in that game, but they didn't cover. They just won, but they didn't cover. So they're coming off a 4-game road stand, and at home this year, Indiana, 7-10 at home, 6-11 against the number. For Denver, 11-8, 11-8-0 against the number. I don't know if you can trust Denver. Like, Denver's been on a good little run right here. They're 5-4 against a team below 500, 5-4 to the over, 7-2 to the over. Maybe the over is where you want to lean here tonight, guys. I think the over is where you want to go. Isaiah agrees. He's on the over. Josh likes the Denver Nuggets. There's slamming Sammy Sneed. How you doing, Sammy? There, he likes Denver. Kyle's on the Denver Nuggets. Jermaine, Memphis is on a high from yesterday, and the Bucks is determined to win before the break. I agree with Jermaine. Bucks is determined to win before the break. I think so too. Again, folks, don't forget, if you are new to the Raymond Report, just tap that notification bell in the top right-hand corner. Or if you're on a mobile device, look for the subscribe button and hit the subscribe. And every time, and make sure your notification's on. So this way, every time we go live on the show, you will get notified. And I want to thank HP for giving me some great feedback. And guys, I'm getting some really good emails from people watching the show. In fact, I've always said, send me your feedback, and if it makes sense, and you know what, and it's better for the show, I'll do it. And the HP sent me some great emails, and I thank you for that. Appreciate it. And as you can see, if you look on the front page now of the YouTube, of our YouTube channel, I got a little Rusty, a picture of the Rustinator now on the headboard, on the banner board. So he's wearing his Buffalo's Bills jersey. Rusty's a Bills fan, just like I am. So thanks for that, and appreciate the feedback. So again, guys, any feedback on the show, always appreciate it when you send me feedback. And like I say, you never get better if you don't listen to the people who follow you or your business. Oh, there's Sammy. Nice. Appreciate the nice super chat, Sammy. I appreciate that. You're the man. And yeah, thank you very much. Very generous and kind of you. All right. Real deal over the public betting 89% on the under. So, 89% on the under. So real deal is saying the over is betting, the public betting 89% on the under. Wow. I wonder what they're seeing that we're not seeing. Let me see here. Indiana so far at home, 21-12 to the over. Denver, 22-13 to the over. So you put that combined, you got a 43-25-1 to the over. I don't know what people are seeing. I don't know why people are betting. You know what? Real deal. I think this is like baseball on getaway day, right? People know that the All-Star break is here. Well, I got a feeling some people made family vacation, knowing they're getting a break, non-All-Stars, and I think maybe it's getaway day and the mail it in on a full Friday, right, Mark Nation? Hey, they're gonna mail it in on a full Friday today on a Thursday, and maybe there's a lot of You know what? You just made me think of something there, real deal. And it's related to baseball getaway day. Let's see tonight how many games go under, knowing that this is the last game prior to the All-Star break, that people are just want to get this game over with and take a little bit of R&R, right? Who knows? You could be onto something right there, or maybe we could be onto something. But looking at, let me see if there's any facts pointing towards the under. No, everything I'm seeing is over. So NBA home teams coming off a 3-point win this year, 13-4 to the over. So I'm seeing a lot of numbers pointing indicators. I call these indicators pointing towards the over. What's the Kogu at? The Kogu, the percentage play, I'm pretty sure it's going to be very low. Yeah, 27%. That's because a lot of these games have gone over the total. But look at Denver, 7-2 to the over, 7-2 to the over when they're on the road. And they've been an over machine. So I'm going to stick with my prediction here. I do like the over here tonight. And but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe we don't touch totals, right? With the getaway day. Maybe I don't think it's a good night. I say this all the time, right? In sports handicapping, the markets will tell you what's a good opportunity to buy and shop for. Maybe tonight is not a good night to bet totals, guys, because we do have that doubt where maybe guys are, the load management card might come out, or players just looking forward to the break, and they might just, who knows? All right, let's go to the next game here. And let's take on Miami against the New Orleans Pelicans. Who had the over last night? Hey, raise your hand. School's in session, as our good friend, where was he? He said John X, eh? Raise your hand, John X, if you had the over tonight, last night with the Chicago Bulls and the New Orleans Pelicans. I had the over. The over was one of my top plays, and CBS got it at 89%. So CBS, they must have some type of poll where the fans go in. Is that it, real deal? They got their fans coming in, and everybody, it's like a straw poll where everybody thinks over under. I'd be curious to see what's the volume like? Is it, a couple hundred people? Is it a couple thousand? That would be cool to see if how many people would be there, right? There's Plays and Parlay. He's got his hand way up there, right? That's awesome. I did. Don't go by that CBS stuff, bro. Eric Jones is saying, yeah, be careful. Be careful with the public, because there's two bettors out there, right? The recreational bettor and the professional bettor, and there's always in between guys who are just hopefully we're more of and I call this advantage bettors. We're advantage bettors because we just don't we don't sharpen the dart and throw it at the board, right? We do our homework. We share information, and this is the key to the ramblers and gamblers out there. You got guys all over the states and the provinces sharing information. And sometimes when we hear there's somebody out, like how many times have we been on this show and said, "Hey, I heard this guy's out today," and you know what? And because of that information, I sat back and I didn't touch that game. So anytime you're in your city, you hear something on your local radio or you on the wherever you're surfing the web. If you hear a main like Jimmy Butler, is Jimmy Butler playing tonight? Let me take a look here. I know he didn't play the other night, and that's they got waxed. Now Butler is a game time decision. Still, his knee is questionable. And Miami without Jimmy Butler, they are a completely different team. The Butler did it, and the Butler needs it, right? We need the Butler. If we're taking Miami tonight, we do need the Butler in the lineup. Now, New Orleans, does anybody in New Orleans play any defense, or what's the case over there? Man, the Saints play defense. I don't know what the Pelicans do. I don't think they do. But New Orleans, a 3-point favorite here tonight. The over-under at 227. ATS forecast, the computer pick. Gonna lean with the New Orleans Pelicans. 113 to 111. The over-under is set at 225.11. Now, looking at the last 10 games between these two teams, New Orleans, man, they're a nice team. They are a nice team. I don't know if it's coaching, but yeah, you can't be the Texas Tech of the NBA. You can't be scoring 140 points a night and losing games. You know what I mean? Like this reminds me of the Big 12 conference. You're scoring 70 points a game in football, and the same thing with New Orleans. Look at New Orleans. Check out the average of their last couple of games. 100. So last night, 124, 129, 114, 125. Like these guys, 144. They can put points on the board. They just got to keep the defense 128, 124, 129, 132. Somebody in New Orleans has to play a bit of defense here because you're not going to make the playoffs or you're not going to win any playoff games if you're in the playoffs. In fact, 15 and 20 probably won't cut it. And they're on the outside looking in. You know what? Let me take a look at their average here in the standings. I want to see where they sit in the standings because there's a lot of talent on this team. They just got to play defense. So the Pelicans right now sitting in the 8, 9, 10, 11 spot, 11 and a half games behind Memphis, Golden State ahead of them. Yeah, so New Orleans, if they can just, focus more on some defense, I think they'd be a nice team, but they're not going to really upset anybody. Is FSC playing football? New Orleans Pelicans out of gas. You know what, Chad, you make a good – that was last year. Remember they were talking about Zion? He looked like he was out of shape. Hey – I want to say something about Zion Williamson. This guy here is a true professional. You never see him chirp. You never see him like he's always. I wouldn't want to play poker against Zion Williamson. You just never know with his poker face. There's an old saying: "Don't let the highs get too high. Don't let the lows get too low." And Zion Williamson is a perfect example of a pro. I love this guy. I think he's just fantastic. I think he's a great role model for kids. Zion is if you agree with me, hands up, right? Hands up, reach high to the sky, and let me know if you love Zion. I think he's awesome. I think he's a pro. He's a pro, and I never ever see him moan or bitch or complain on the court. I just think the guy is a cool dude. All right, let me see here. Real deal. Square bets win too. Never caught you live because I'm constantly working multiple jobs, but I'm off early today. Love your show, brother. Right on, Shotgun Charlie. Thank you. Appreciate the love, Shotgun. Appreciate that. Yes, I was on the Bulls over. Thanks, Ramblers and Gamblers. CBS reports from sportsbooks across the U.S. Best time to bet against the public is the weekend. Absolutely, especially during a college football Saturday. New Orleans out of gas. We said that. I'm just going to start calling the Pelicans the Zions. Brandon Ingram has disappeared. You know what? That's a good point. Where is Brandon Ingram, right? He is cool. Yeah. All right. So back to this one. Now the Pelicans 4-6 straight up in against the point spread in the last 10, still 9-1. Every time I see the Pelicans last 10 games, I'm always saying the over is 9-1. Is it me or is this something that's always coming up here? Now Miami 6-4 straight up and against the number 5-5. The value edge number here on the Heat plus 1.96. We're getting 3 tonight. Now if we get 3 with Jimmy Butler, that'd be awesome. And -3 is the number here. But I got 0.23. Again, the Pelicans, remember I said yesterday, the Pelicans as a favorite, it's like giving your 18-year-old the keys to the Porsche and you tell them not to crash it. But it just, they're a young team. I just don't think they don't know how to handle the favorite role. Remember I said as a football coach, every time one of my teams, we went to a school or a place to play football, there's a mindset that's in your mind prior to a game, knowing if you're going to win or lose. So, no matter what, the same thing with the athletes. Players know when they're going, to a place to play. They know if they're going to win or lose. They just have that feeling, right? And for some reason, anytime New Orleans a favorite, it's like a false what's that word I'm looking for? They don't know how to handle the tag as a favorite. They just don't know how to play with it yet. But I think that's the inexperience and the coaching. I don't think the coaching is really helping right now in New Orleans, and maybe that's something they'll have to address in the offseason. In fact, Let's go back to this game here. Now, New Orleans 10-8 straight up at home, 8-10 against the number, 16-2 to the over at home. That's ridiculous. That is absolute. If you're a bookmaker trying to post a total on a New Orleans game and you got a 16-2 over record at home, you must be like just beside yourself right now saying, I just don't know how to post a total of the Pelican game. Every number I post at home, it just goes over. And you know what? Keep betting it, right? It's like in football. If they can't stop the inside zone, just keep running it until they stop it, right? Al Mummy says it all the time. He runs that mesh, the mesh pattern, a sense of security. There you go. Thank you, Blue FM. Eh? Yeah, false sense of security. See, Blue FM, you're a great teammate. You saw me stutter there. You saw me that, and you picked me up, and you got me there. That's awesome. Blue FM, good right there. Can't trust the Pels to beat anyone twice. No, exactly, right? It's like I said, Hal Mummy going to a coach's clinic once says, you know what? If a team can't stop you, just keep running that same play over and over again. I know it's a little bit different in basketball, but the over, if they can't, if a game can't go under, just keep betting it. Keep the foot on the pedal and keep betting the over until the numbers tell you otherwise. And let's take a look at the biorhythms here today. Now, the Pelicans playing on 0 days rest. They're a pick'em. Any NBA teams this season that are a pick'em, the -3 home favorite, 12-9 straight up, 11-10 against the number, 13-8 to the over. And for Miami. Now, Miami does not do well in the Big Easy. Look at this. In the Big Easy, the Miami Heat are 3-7, 5-4-1 against the number, 6-4 to the over. So you can see that a lot of games go over. And this is what I'm saying right here. And as my good friend Blue FM just said, the false sense of security as a home favorite, 4-7 straight up. They average 116.4 and 115 points against. That's a total of 231. And what's the total tonight? 227. 227. So guys, you know what? Until they stop them, the over is where I'm going to keep betting Pelican games. New Orleans and yeah. So I think the over is going to be a good. But hopefully the Butler plays tonight. Jimmy Butler, if he's playing, it'll be a solid play also on Miami. Now, Miami on the road against a team below 500, 6-2 straight up, 6-2 against the point spread, but 2-6 to the under. But the Pelicans, look at the Pelicans at home against another team that's below 500 like them, 8-1 to the over. But, everything goes over in New Orleans, so I can probably show you any stat, and I'll probably show you to the over anyways. All right, let's go to the next game. And before we do, let's take a look at some of the chit-chat from the Ramblers and Gamblers here at the Raymond Report. And folks, again, thank you for showing up here each and every day and sharing your information, sharing the love. I appreciate you guys. I feel it. I feel like family every time you guys call me Ronald. I get a good chuckle out of that. Again, I haven't heard that name Ronald in so long. Like all my buddies either call me Ron or Ronnie, but when I come here and everybody calls me Ronald, and I told you before, the only person that called me Ronald was my mom, and that's when I was probably late for dinner, right? But no, I love it. I think you guys are awesome. And we got a good community building here. Can't wait for baseball season. In fact, I talked to the programmers this morning, and I'm going to unveil the new website. It's just like hockeypicks.com, but it's the same format. All we did is we copied the code from Hockey Picks. We just mirrored the code, brought it over and to the new website, and we'll have a website just like hockeypicks.com for baseball picks and basketball picks. I did the same thing with basketball, but we're running a little late for basketball. But baseball season was priority, and I will have that website up, and we'll be promoting that very, very shortly. All right, the Thunder taking on the Spurs here tonight. Now, San Antonio, a 6-point favorite against the Thunder. Over-under set at 219. ATS forecast, the computer pick, going to lean with Pops and company. 110 to 103, the over-under at 214.32. So it does like it to go under the total. Oklahoma City, and you know what? When I read the final score of this, I thought this was at the half. I thought this was a halftime score, 87-78, but that was a final score. When was the last time Dallas and Oklahoma, or any team, 78 points? When was the last time Dallas scored 78 points? I don't remember seeing 78 points in a long, long time. But Thunder 4-6 straight up, 4-6 to the against the point spread, 3-7 to the under. Now, the one thing about this game though tonight, guys, I'm going to show you this right now. The Oklahoma City Thunder, along I think it's Portland, are the best teams in the league against the spread on the road. I'm just going to bring up that stat right here, and hopefully that'll come up very shortly. Again, something real slow with the website today. I don't know what's going on, but until that comes up. Now, the value edge on this game, I had the Thunder at 5.92, and we're getting +6. So fair market value right there. We're right with the bookmaker at 5.92. But we had the Spurs at -0.7. So San Antonio overvalued tonight. Now, San Antonio coming off a win over the New York Knicks. Now, that was a bad spot for the Knicks. Remember the Knicks played the night before? I think it was, I want to say, I don't remember. But I knew they won the night before, and then they went to, I think it was Detroit. I want to say Detroit for some reason. But then they went to let me see here, San Antonio to play New York. I'm losing my train of thought here. Come on, pick me up here. Okay, where was I again? All right, San Antonio. The last game they played, I guess this is a back-to-back game, 119-93 against, oh no, they played, okay. Yeah, I'm all confused here for some reason. But let me see here. In the last 10 games, 7-3 straight up, 6-4 against the number, 4-6 to the under, 75% chance of winning tonight for the San Antonio Spurs, 38% chance of covering, so a very low chance of covering here tonight for San Antonio, 55% for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Here we go. Bring up my NBA stats here, and it'll come up here in just a second. Until it does, I'm just going to go back right here. Looking at San Antonio at home against a team below 500, 5-1 straight up, 4-2 against the number, 2-4. In the last 10 head-to-head meetings against the Thunder are 6-4 for the Spurs, 6-4 against the number. But when Oklahoma travels to San Antonio, they are 3-7 straight up and against the number, 4-6 to the under. And for some reason, teams on back-to-back games on the road this season, and they're a +3.5 to 6 point road dog, 13-6 against the number. And here we go. Look at this right here. The best teams on the road this season. Phoenix Suns, 12-5 against the point spread. Portland Trailblazers, 12-6. And there's the Thunder. Right? Roll Thunder, 12-6 against the number. So guys, I do like Oklahoma here tonight. I think there's value on the Thunder. And keep in mind, they only scored 78 points last night. You're gonna mail those in some nights, right? Those are one of those games. The best thing that happened to Oklahoma is they don't get a day to think about it. They're right back on the floor tonight. I think the Thunder is where you want to go here. Do you think Leonard is playing? Said Aiden. I don't know. The one thing with Kawhi Leonard, just following him in Toronto when he was here in Toronto playing for the Raptors. When Kawhi is injured, like if there's one athlete that really knows his body, it's Kawhi Leonard, and he won't force anything. So if Kawhi is a game-time decision, it's basically a game-time decision. Kawhi, he won't mess around. That's one thing with Kawhi Leonard. That's the million-dollar question. Does Leonard play tonight? Absolutely. Yeah, that's what I mean. Until it's confirmed, you can guess all you want, right? But I'm taking OKC here tonight, guys. I think the Thunder, I think we're getting some really look at the value here. That's where my number was at 5.92. The bookmakers here laying 6 for San Antonio, and they're 4-2 on the road against a B-type team. Although they don't have a great record in San Antonio, that's the only thing that concerns me a bit. But they're road warriors. Look at their road record: 8-10 on the road straight up, but 12-6 against the number. So they tend to play better on the road for some reason. They like the road cooking. They don't like home cooking. They like road cooking. But give me OKC tonight. 69% public bet on Spurs. See, that's what I like. When I see that real deal, then I'll fade that. I'll fade that all day. I'll fade that all day, all night. All right, let's go back to Sacramento taking on the Portland Trailblazers. Buddy Buckets and company. Now, Buddy Buckets and the Sacramento Kings are a 4-point road dog tonight. Portland is a 4-point favorite. Now, looking at the records here for both these teams against the point spread, Sacramento not having a good run this season. 14-21 against the number, 19-15 for Portland. So Portland's done a little bit of a better job. In fact, if you look at here, Portland at home against the point spread, not that really good. In fact, let me see here. Where's Portland? Right down here. They are 7-9 against the spread at home, but they're better on the road. Better on the road, 12-6, and on the season, The Portland Trailblazers, almost the middle of the pack. In fact, where are they? Portland. Where's Portland? Number 9, ranked number 9, 19th and 19 and 15 on the road. So not a great record here. But looking at the number here tonight, guys, before I do, let me see if there's any more questions. Chuck, don't do it. There's good value on Buffalo today. Boston to win. Let me see here. OKC scrappiness scares me to lay -6.5. Yeah, exactly. I love that word, scrappy. Yeah, that's a great word, Cheeks. You know, the Thunder are a scrappy team. I love that, especially as a football coach. Anytime another coach tells me you got a scrappy team, it just tells you've done something right. Team toughness, right? The one thing I've noticed in sports, all the games that I've I coach, I always talk about team toughness, right? You got to be team tough because you never want to go into a game one of the coaches I used to say, you don't go into a game, a football game, thinking it's a pillow fight, right? You got to go in and bring your team toughness, and that's the same mentality for any sport, any team going into a battle. You got to be team tough. I love that word. We got a newbie in the audience. Somebody brought the lock. Who brought the lock to the house today? G&G. Hey, Ramblers and Gamblers. Jermaine, what are you doing? What are you doing, Jermaine? Why are you bringing a lock to the Ramblers and Gamblers house today at the Raymond Report? Everybody knows you don't bring the lock to the Raymond Report. That's the kiss of death right there. Portland -4 with the big L, the lock. I think Jermaine's just trying to get a rise out of us, eh? What do you guys think? Is Jermaine trying to get us all pumped up here? But back to this one. Buddy Buckets and the Kings, a 4-point road dog tonight against Damian Lillard and the Portland Trailblazers. Now, Portland a 4-point favorite. I got 117 to 113, the over-under at 230. So I got this game going under the total. Again, keep in mind, getaway day for a lot of teams, probably since the NBA All-Star break. And Jermaine, that's not a lock. Now I may change my bet to Kings. Hey, the old reverse jinx, right? Start going against the lockers. Oh, that's funny. All right, 2-8. Sacramento. Remember I said it last time? They went on that great winning streak. And I said, normally teams below 500, if they go on a great winning streak, they tend to do the same thing the other way. And sure enough, dollars to donuts, they did. Now, Sacramento's 1-9 straight up. Against the point spread in their last 10 games, 9-1 to the over. Here's another New Orleans Pelicans, 9-1 to the over. New Orleans and Sacramento. Imagine if they got together played, the total would probably be like 244, 245 or something. But looking at the value edge, I got the Sacramento Kings plus 5.63. And I got Portland at plus 0.54. So really no value here on either of these teams. I got Portland winning at a 70% chance straight up, but I got Buddy Buckets and the Sacramento Kings at 63% chance of covering. Now, I thought I saw Buddy Yield might be a game time decision. Let me see. Oh, no, he should be there. Buddy should be there. De'Aaron Fox, Buddy Yield, Harrison Barnes, Bagley, and Holmes against Lillard, Trent, Jones, Covington, and Cantor. Enes Kanter, I don't think he's missing Boston too much these days, right? What do you think, plays and parlays? You think Enes Kanter's missing the Celtics? Come on, man. Martin says, come on, man. Hey, Martin, are you laughing at the lock? Martin, are you laughing at the Jermaine's lock? Hey, come on, Jermaine. What are you doing bringing that lock in the house here? You don't bring that lock in the house. I'm staying away from this one. It's a lock that's been cut with a hacksaw. It should be all right. Blazers -4. That is funny. That's some funny stuff right there. Who's got the key to the lock, says Jordan. Always fade the locks. You know what? Let's for one thing, for Jermaine, you're lucky there's no basketball tomorrow to see, but we will be on air and we'll see if Jermaine with his lock of the night. Okay? We'll see if Jermaine had a lock of the night go in. All right, so back to this one here between the Sacramento Kings and the Portland Trailblazers. The Kogo chance of this game on the percentage play is at 44%, meaning a 56% chance of this game going under the total. I do like Portland, though. I'm not going to use there we go. See what you started? Now Isaiah's posting the locks. What are you guys doing to me? Why are you guys posting locks? You know that's the ultimate jinx. Now I can't even touch this game. Everybody knows gamblers are superstitious. You can't be posting that crap. You can't be posting locks, Cheeks. You know the rules. Man, what are you guys doing to me? All right, Sacramento, law of average does favor the Kings. Now, if you're seeing the check mark right here, this is the law of average rule. In fact, my good friend Ross Benjamin taught me this. You want to play on a team that lost against the spread versus the team that won against the spread. There's your law of average theory right there, and it does favor Sacramento. Now, Sacramento on the road against a B-type team, 0-2 straight up, low volume though, only 2 games, but 2-0 to the over. And the Portland Trailblazers against team below 500, they tend to beat them up, 7-3, but 5-5 against the number. Portland at home this year, 10-6, 7-9 against the number, and for the Sacramento Kings, 6-9 straight up, 8-7 to the point spread. But the Kings are only 2-8 straight up, but 3-5-1 against the number. And NBA road teams this season that are 3.5 to 6 point road dogs. Look at this, 13-6 against the number. So, guys, you know what? This year from Biorhythms, NBA teams playing back-to-back nights are 3.5 to 0.6 dog. Think about that. Think of the mindset of the bookmaker, right? You got a team in Sacramento who, we said it yesterday. They were going to beat the Lakers. Lakers brought their farm team, but Lakers got off to a quick start. I thought, the Lakers were going to win, but Sacramento came back. Now, they won that game against the Lakers, but keep in mind, it was the Lakers B team. And now they're on the road, back-to-back game situation. I got a feeling this could be the trap play of the night. I have a sneaky. I just wish that Sacramento lost last night because this would be an ideal trap play. But be careful. I think there's no locks here. I'll guarantee you that. This will probably be a no play to me tonight. Let me see here. Any more stats? It could be an over game. Look at all the over that I'm seeing right here. A lot of numbers pointing towards the over. Let me see. 17-6 in the month of March for Portland. NBA home team so far in the first 3 days of March, 17-6 to the over. So a lot of games. NBA home teams on a 2-game homestand, coming off a 2-game homestand, 28-17 to the over. So a lot of games going over here today, guys. But again, we'll see with getaway day what's going to happen. Let me take a look at Portland's last 3 games. 108 points for, giving up 106 against, 119 points for, 118 against, but that's just in line with their average on the year, 120. Portland not playing good offense. They average 114 points for on the season, so they're shooting 6 points below, but they make it up on defense. Portland was giving up 114 points, but in the last 3 games, 106 against, but who they played in the last 3? Let's take a look at the last 3 games. The Warriors, which a team they can shoot the threes, the Hornets and the Lakers. So you know what? Portland looking good defensively, but you know what? Probably a pass for me here tonight. I don't know. There's something that just tells me this. I don't like seeing this here. The 3.5 to 6 point road dog. People thinking a back-to-back game situation is probably a bad situation for Sacramento. Could be a good one. Like, look at the record. NBA road teams that are 3.5 to 6 point road dog, 13-6 against the number. So I don't know. All right, let me see here. I want miss those locks tomorrow. I could see Kings going off. Cheeks, what's your best play tonight? Yeah, Cheeks, what's your best play tonight? Dame played horrible. And you know what? I'd be remiss if I didn't, now that we got 49 people watching, guys, let's give it up for Eddie. Steady Eddie, Streakcatcher Eddie on 11-game win streak. Steady Eddie is on an 11-game win streak. Let me do a refresh here. And when Steady Eddie is, let's see what he has going tonight. He's on an 11-game win streak. And you know what? Win or lose, Eddie, you did a great job. And hopefully you keep it up. And hopefully we don't jinx you tonight. But you know what? Let's hear it for Steady Eddie as he's on an 11-game win streak at streakcatcher.com. All right, let's go to the final game on the board. And there it is. There's Steady Eddie, Oregon State last night. And he had Arkansas the night before, Campbell, Hartford Whalers. I thought they retired. But that's college basketball against Albany. But look at this. Eddie, 11-game win streak, straight up and against the number. So, you know what? A lot of streakers. And, guys, you're invited to play. Check out Eddie's play when he posted it today at streakcatcher.com. I'll post it up in the chat. And let's see what people are saying while we wait for the page to refresh. Suns -6, says Aya. That's his game of the night. It's 11.5 now. Wow. Phoenix Suns 11.5. Are you serious? Yeah, I think it's my internet today is slow. Phoenix. Let me see here. Wow, -11. Golden State, I guess. Let me guess. Seth Curry's not playing. Who's out for Golden State? Curry, yeah. Wow, Draymond Green, Curry, Oubre. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. Hey, that'll do it for sure. But minus 11, I'm not laying 11 points on the Phoenix Suns. All right, so Phoenix Suns 11-point favorite now. Over-unders at what? The over-unders at 220 and a half. Forecast leaning with 113 to 109. Over-under at 223.65. But let me see if I do a refresh here because that game, now that it's a new number, I wonder if it'll give me the same. Let's see if it gives me the same report here. And that's the thing with the Raymond report. Anytime the line moves, I got to refresh the stats to get the latest information. So if you ever wonder, if you log into the site, say in the morning, and you go in the afternoon, the numbers aren't the same. Our algorithms will always be in sync with the line and will always give you the latest information regarding the line. So that's why sometimes when you come to the website, you see that the score is different. That's the reason why. But Phoenix Suns 8-2 in their last game, in the last 10 games, straight up and against the number, 7-3 to the over. And for the Golden State Warriors, 5-5 straight up, 5-5 against the number. Minus 1.1 was our number on the Warriors. Minus 6.03 was our number on the Phoenix Suns. Now that this number's changed, there's no way I'm touching this game. But what do you guys? Who do you guys like here tonight? Too many points, says Tasha. No Curry, says John. Tyson says same thing. You know what, though? I think tonight, my top play tonight, guys, I'm going to lean with the LA Clippers. I think the Clippers, when they match up against the Washington Wizards, they just had to have their number. So the LA Clippers will be one of my top plays tonight. That'll be one of my premium picks. All right, Ramblers and Gamblers, that was the Rain Report 4-8 Thursday, March 4th. I'm going to go do my picks right now at hockeypicks.com. In fact, let me go to log out here. And then let me go to Hockey Picks and make my selections. All right, so we're going to New Jersey against the New York Rangers. I'm going to lean with the Rangers here tonight. I like them by 63%. And guys, anybody can play here at hockeypicks.com. All you got to do is log in and follow the top hockey pickers. We have some great hockey handicappers here. And this is what I was telling you guys earlier. I'm going to do an exact same site for baseball. I'll give you guys the URL next week. But what you see here, I'm doing the same site for baseball. And this way, more people playing at the new baseball site, the more we're going to get a consensus. Follow the best baseball handicappers, just like you can follow the best hockey handicappers. So I'm going to go with the Rangers. I love the Islanders tonight. Buffalo's a mess. I'm going to go with, you know what? I think Montreal, they got that first W after a 5-6 game losing streak. Give me the Habs tonight against Winnipeg. Like the Habs, don't love the Habs. I'm going to go with Philly tonight. Bounce back against Pittsburgh. No Sid the Kid. I'm going to take Carolina here against Detroit, 66%. I'm going with an upset. I do like Chicago here. Man, Chicago Blackhawks, they're the surprise team to me this year in the NHL. I didn't think they'd be this good. I thought they'd struggle, but they're doing well. I'm going to take Florida, 60%. I'm going to lean with the Dallas Stars. They're really struggling, but I think misery loves company, and I think Dallas gets it done tonight. I'm going to lean with Calgary at 58%. And I'm going to go with the Leafs. I can't go against this. I think this is a dangerous spot for Toronto, but I think they get the job done. Not a high pick. Let me go 52%, and then I'm going to save it right there. But those are my selections here today, guys, at hockeypicks.com. My handle here is Ronnie Ray, and you can follow my picks each and every day right here at hockeypicks.com. And again, either my internet is slow or the server issues, but you know what? I think we did it. I think we survived the slow internet day here today. Had a lot of issues, so I'm going to talk to the programmer. But again, I want to thank everybody for showing up today. And if you have any questions, any feedback you'd like to give, don't be scared. Oh, here we go. Let's do the consensus before I log off. So people are voting for the Rangers at 53% confident level, 47 for the Devils. So this is almost like the CBS thing that who was it? John X was talking about. Somebody was talking about here. Was it John? No, it wasn't John X. Who was it up here? I was talking about was it Real Deal? That's it, Real Deal. So this here is the same thing as CBS. A lot of people on the Islanders, 47 votes to 2. Pretty even here between the Habs and Winnipeg. 28 votes for the Jets, 20 for the Habs. I think the Habs at home are a good play. 24-24. Look at that. The same number of votes here on the Penguins Flyers game, but the confidence level is higher for the Philadelphia Flyers. So, it's like the popular vote in the elections, right? But the confidence vote goes to the Flyers. 48-1. That's who's from Detroit here? Who voted Detroit, right? Somebody's voted Detroit right here. And Chicago, 7 votes for the Chicago Blackhawks. 39 votes, 9 votes for Nashville. So 39 for Florida. 33 votes for Dallas, 52% confidence level, 57% confidence level, but 11 votes for the Senators. Wow, must be a lot of Ottawa guys in the chat here today. And the Leafs, 41-7. Wow. So who's got the highest confidence level right now? I'm seeing 60% for the Leafs, 66 for the Hurricanes. So it looks like Carolina is the pick of choice here tonight of the Ramblers and Gamblers here at the Rain Report for a Thursday, a full Friday, March 4th. Don't forget, guys, if you enjoyed the show, smash the like buttons, subscribe to our channel, tap that notification bell in the top right-hand corner, or hit subscribe on your mobile device. And hopefully we'll see you back here tomorrow without the locks. Leave your locks at home tomorrow. All right, guys? As always, shop for value, play those percentages. We'll see you back. Oh, tip my hat to you guys. As always, shop for value, play those percentages. We'll see you back here on Friday. A free